Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Hello, little one. Shame, the plane's making them nervous, guys. Let's just let them relax a little bit. After 2 days of searching, we've got Shadow and her cub dashing off into the bushes. Yes, finally. I cannot tell you how good that feels. After coming so close to finding them yesterday, to have them now is an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad that this has worked out the way it has. Oh, what an enormous relief. Okay, I'm going to keep my distance for now. She's a bit nervous. I don't know if it's because of the male or because of that plane. I think it's because of the plane. Hello, little one. Aren't you gorgeous? Only the second time I have seen Shadow's little 4-month-old cub. Oh, and what a pleasure it is. We're going to stay with her, but we're going to keep our distance. We're going to try and stay on the outside edge as much as possible. So why I'm so full of joy, apart from just, there's a leopard cub in front of me, because yesterday we were so close to finding Shadow, and I had to leave the area, and I was devastated. And we came so close again this morning, so to have this luck now is an absolute marvel. Oh, it's going to get really tricky in here. Oh, what beautiful timing. What beautiful, beautiful timing. I've been determined. I dreamt about this all of last night. I'm not even joking. I really did. I was dreaming about finding Shadow, and there we have her. Okay, as you can see, I'm doing quite big loops around her. Little cub is through there. Mom is very relaxed. It's just the plane scared the little one. She's going in through there. Okay, we're going to try and do one last view. Cub's coming through that gap there. And then no, okay, it's disappeared. I'm going to send you across to Brent, and I'm going to concentrate for now. I'll be back with you shortly. Our gorgeous little leopard cub. Shadow's surviving member of her most recent litter, and isn't she a beauty? I'm giving them plenty of space. You can see she's relaxing nicely, but we are just going to maintain this distance between the three of us, or four of us, I suppose. We can't not count Gendre. This is absolutely so exciting. I really am thrilled that we could share this moment with you. Mom is off to the right, and they have found themselves a refuge in a peltiforum tree, or a weeping wattle. There you go. Mom is in the tree itself, but unfortunately Gendre doesn't have the best view of her. Now, you're back with us, and we don't have the most fantastic view, but we are going to just stay. This little cub is very, very relaxed. She's had plenty of vehicle activity around her, especially since Shadow decided to den in a spot that was right on a main road. But the combination of our arrival, timed with the aeroplane coming past, mainly the aeroplane, was what spooked her a little bit. But you can see now she is relaxing beautifully. And we've kept a very healthy distance between us, Mom, and cub. If this is your first safari, this is Shadow, the nearly 10-year-old female, daughter of Karula, the Queen of Djuma, and her newest addition, who was born in March. And Sandy in Florida. Yes, I did indeed this morning say there was a male leopard. We knew we were following Shadow, but we picked up on male leopard tracks as well. And we sort of came to a point where we were very, very confused about what it was that the monkeys were so upset about. Sandy, no, this little cub isn't in any major danger. When we stopped to look at the tracks properly, it was clear it was either Tingana or Anderson in this area, and the reason I know that is just sheer size. If it were Sandile or another young male, another young mysterious male, there is no way that they would be the size that they were. These were big male tracks. And they came in here. Shadow would not bring her little cub into this particular spot if she felt that there was a danger from a male. So she seems to be perfectly relaxed and content, and I'm really hoping that they are going to plan on spending their afternoon at this peltiforum tree in the safety of its boughs, but you don't need to be worried at all. The female leopard Shadow, she's mated with Tingana, definitely, and Anderson male, definitely. So they are both potential fathers of our brand new little cub. But we don't need to stress too much about the fact that there is another male in this area. Right, guys, there are people coming out on game drive now, so I'm going to call them and let them know that we're in now. It gets a bit tricky here because our game drive comms are somewhat not always the best, but Mom is lying down, which is really good news. It means that she's planning on spending a little bit of time with this cub, and therefore we've got a little bit of time. So while we just hop on the Game Drive channel very quickly so that I can chat to the guys, we're going to send you back to Brent for now. She's going to come down the tree, of course. Silly girl. Oh no. Okay, wonderful. Little cub coming down the tree. We've got to see that. Oh, you're settling at the base. I was so worried that you were going to miss Mom coming down, but luckily that has not been the case. I wonder if Shadow is off on a hunt. Guys, I do need to hop on the Game Drive channel. In Bantuan here, just to the south east of that drainage where we had the monkey alarm calling on Buff Skull South. I went off the road at Buff Skull South to the east. You adorable little thing. So Mom has left. Has she told little cub to stay, or is she going to carry on? Let's just wait and see, because it changes things. I think she's told this little cub to start moving off. Okay, Shadow's now mobile. It looks as though she's leaving the Bantuan here. I'm not sure what your policy is in terms of numbers. It's quite open where we are. No, negative. You won't get visual of me from the road. But you will see where my tracks go off. I should have marked with a branch, but we were just moving in to make sure we established visual. Sorry guys, bear with me. I'm just guiding one of the other vehicles in, and that's ideal for us because it means that we are able to pass on control of the sighting to them. It's an odd sentence that one doesn't hear every day. The tuba has gone down the gullet. Here we are still with the marvelous Shadow and her beautiful little baby. Oh, stretching out just a little foot, poking its head out over the top of the termite mound to her right. And there is Shadow. Absolutely awesome. Okay, guys, I'm just going to have a quick chat to Cedric. Let him. He is the one that is approaching us in the sighting. She's up again, so we are it's a difficult one, everybody, because she is constantly moving. We don't want to follow her when it gets too thick. We are being extra specially careful in terms of the way in which we approach this, because there goes Shadow now. Watching Mom disappear, and the little cub tends to wait for a little bit, delay its departure, and then go shooting off in her direction. And they are, hello, gorgeous. Are you beautiful? Are you absolutely beautiful? And what we don't want to do is follow the cub or switch on and stress it out at a time when it's separated from Mom. So we'll watch it for a little bit, and we'll wait for it to see if and decide if it's going to go dashing off after Mum. How's it, Cedric? Hi. Hi, guys. Oh, little one. Disappearing behind the termite mound. Guys, I can't reposition now. Obviously. We definitely don't. Watching us. Hello, little one. Sorry, Fee and Dave. I do have to get on the Game Drive channel, and then I will explain that to you in a moment. Yeah, standing by. Start to hunt. Even now, she will be practicing and building up her skills, but she won't be fully is Cedric just telling me where Shadow is? She won't be fully independent until she's about 1.5 years, or even closer to 2 years old. You learn to hunt, and they make their first kills in terms of little squirrels, little mongoose, anything like that. That's usually around 8 or so months of age, 8 or 9, depending on the cub. I heard a rumor of a little leopard cub, and it was a female. And it's usually the females that learn to hunt sooner than the males. They show a lot more independence. But it was a female cub that killed a male impala at 9 to 10 months of age. Or not a male impala, an adult impala. Now that to me is the most incredible thing I have ever heard of. There's a female called Salaheshe that lives next door to Shadow. Her territory, it borders on Shadow's territory. And her cub, Tiani, who has only recently been named, is rumored to have killed an impala at 9 months of age. But that is remarkable, truly remarkable. Hello, look at that face. Are you gorgeous? Look at those green eyes. Such a contrast to Karula's little ones. Karula's little ones, of course, with the male, Hosana's eyes being a mixture of brownish blue, and his little sister, Shungile, with the bright, sparkling brown eyes. Really, really rare to see in a leopard. But they're little, what would they be? They would be, they'd be this cub's niece, and they'd be her aunt and uncle, weirdly enough, since their mother is Shadow's mother, and Shadow is this little cub's mother. But she's got bright, sparkling green eyes. And I have to say, I really have a soft spot for this little girl. After all of the drama that she went through. Hello, gorgeous. Are you beautiful? And that combined with the fact that when I last saw her, she had a monkey kill and hissed at Mom when Mom went to try to feed on it. And look at how enormous her ears look. Don't her ears look too big for her face? You are such a gorgeous little girl. You really are. So special. See? I told you. I dreamt of it all last night. It had to happen. Absolutely had to happen. She's looking back in the direction. Cedric is with her mother, Shadow, about 20 meters away. 60 feet. And Gilly, I'm really sorry to have to break this news to you. I keep forgetting, of course, that people don't necessarily watch every single day. Gilly Shadow did have 2 cubs initially. She lost one. We don't know how. We know that it happened at the beginning of May. We don't know exactly when, but we know that it was around between the sort of the 1st to the 5th of May. No, between the 1st to the 10th of May. That was the period during which she was seen with 1 cub, and then with 2 cubs, and then all of a sudden, just 1 the whole time. So it is that really sad aspect of life. I know that you are familiar with that in terms of leopard cub mortality. A 70% rate will die. 70% of leopard cubs, statistically, will die before their first birthday. Okay, let's reposition, guys, and get a little bit of a better view now that the cub is relaxed once again, before we do have to leave the sighting. And no problem there, you can watch as we do. You can make sure that we keep a nice eye on our cub. She's wonderful work. Well, there's a spot, there's a series. Oh, there she goes, in front of us there. Guys, this may actually be the last visuals that we get of her. I'm not going to push too much. Here comes cub. I just saw cub. I just lost cub. It's very tricky. I'm just going to wait for Cedric to reposition. He's going to keep track of her for us. We're not going to both follow her through the bush, obviously. We'll wait until she settles once again. But while we wait, Brian from Toronto, as I was trying to say, it is so lovely to hear from you. You wanted to know how many leopard cubs we have within our Traverse region, and the answer is 5 that we know of. I'm not counting Salayeshe's cub. Salayeshe's cub would make it 6. So there's Karula's 2 cubs, Shadow's got 1 cub, Tundi's got 2 cubs as far as we know. Might be more though. We're not 100% sure on that. We know that Tundi has given birth, and we're not going to be seeing her for a while because she's given birth on Cheetah, but she will be moving into our Traverse area at some point in that time. So there you go. How lucky are we? When it rains, it pours in the most positive way possible. Since this is a bit tricky, and since I do need to just chat to Cedric, I'm going to send you across to Brent and find out if his afternoon is going well. Boiled. Our Shadow does keep moving off. However, she's not hunting. She's trying to search, I think, for a place to hide her cub, because she keeps moving off and then waiting and then calling the cub back again in order to tell her to follow her. I think she's looking for somebody or somewhere to hide it. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? You're going up the termite mound, Is that the way to go? Hello, little munchkin. Just, I hope you are all getting some incredible screenshots. How cool is this? Little cub sitting on top of a termite mound, looking for all the world like a little miniature queen. Hey, gorgeous. We all get a little bit soppy when it comes to cubs, we have to confess. We don't hold it together very well. I'm just waiting for Cedric to reposition to get across to Mom, and then we will go a little bit closer. Oh, hold on, never mind. She's going to come and investigate. Oh, you are so brave. You're going up the apple leaf. Yes. How awesome is that? 4 months old, and just look at those tree climbing skills. Bouncing around as if she owns the trees. Sorry guys, I do have to get on the Game Drive channel. I don't remember which of my radio comms it is. Not that one, that's Final Control. Negative, Buntuan's in the upper leaf. The last I saw Mufasa, she was heading towards that big marula there in front of me. Sorry, guys. Trying to organize my radio life at the same time. We are going to oh, whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy. You nearly fell out of that tree. A little bit higher there. She jumped up and she nearly fell out. It was actually the sound of her movement that alerted me to where she was. Oh, that's the thinnest branch in the world you've chosen. That's not going to work very well. It's not going to work very well at all. A nice, comfortable spot. Oopsie. Oh, no. Oh, it's all gone wrong, hasn't it? Careful. Leopard cub antics are endlessly entertaining, especially when they're up in a tree like this. Careful now. That's a long way down. Oh, some acrobatics. What on earth are you planning on doing now? Oh, okay, gracefully turning round. That is apparently the answer. Oops. Oops. Careful. Just there, just a little bit to the left. Foot a little bit to the left. There we go. Okay, you've managed to stabilize yourself now. She's now straddling the branch. Now, the only way I can see out of this little one is if you unhook that tail.